From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here in KC as their beloved Chiefs took the field, and they are set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On first down, rolling. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. Kelsey, a nice catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Locke. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Locke. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Locke to throw. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on 1st down. Rolling. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw it is Locke. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Block now to throw. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. To Thompson on the screen. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now it's Mahomes again, escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
In his end zone, here's Locke. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact,
We've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6, 7 years of their careers, so that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They look to throw. It's Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Locke's throw taken in by Sutton. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Locke again. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's got it. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. They'll try to run this one in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. They'll try to run this one in. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On second down, it's Thompson, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, it's Thompson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Block going to throw. That's caught offside by Judy. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Let him know. 56, hey, 43, 15. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Watch switch.
On first down, Mahomes. Flushed out right. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Here's Mostert. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and goal, Mahomes, touchdown! Darwin Thompson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Locke. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time.
Touchdown, Broncos! Cortland Sutton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Drew Lock, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. Rolling. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes, a quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, That's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Rolling. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Denver, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they're going...